I'm going to crack into a video talking about aviation forms and why I don't think you should be using it that much. See, in the beginning, I did the same thing. There was nobody else I knew in aviation, so naturally what I did, and that's probably what you're doing, is you're looking for information. Can somebody tell me about this career? So what I did was I went on my computer and I started looking up information about flying in Canada. And I'll be honest, in the beginning, it was very useful. I wanted to know information about, what are the best flight schools in Canada? Where are the flight schools that are located nearest to me? What are some of the costs of the flight training in those flight schools and which flight schools to avoid? And as I was progressing in my flight training, I even found useful information such as the exam type questions that I could expect on these exams. As some people will write back some of the questions that they experienced on the exams, and was very helpful to pass them. And even further down the road, when I finished my flight training, these aviation forums have great job postings on there. Until I came along, of course, there's a lot of valuable flight school information and costs on my YouTube channel and job postings that I post several times a week. You should check it out. All right, so here's where it all goes downhill. What happens is that, when you're looking for a job, it gets a little frustrating because, it's really difficult to find that first job. So you go on these forums again and you look up different companies and you ask a little simple question, a little harmless question about, what is the typical pay that you can experience at these companies, or what are they looking for? And that's when you get all the piranhas jumping in on you. It's kind of like when you do fly over the United States and you're flying at a higher altitude, you're always supposed to monitor 121.5 on the background, just in case you hear of any aircraft in distress. Every now and then, you'll hear a pilot accidentally transmit on the guard frequency instead of the number one radio, which is ATC. And you'll have all the American pilots jump in one at a time and give that person crap and say, "Guard, you're transmitting on guard, check your frequency." It's quite unprofessional. I mean, you shouldn't be chatting on that frequency unless it's something useful, but that's something you'll notice when you do fly down to the States. So anyways, that's what these forums are like. And there's 3 reasons why I think you should be staying away from these forums, especially when you're looking for company research information. Number 1 is because there are always going to be pilots that are really upset about their careers. So what they do is they start replying to you and saying that this company is really crappy because they pay crap, they don't treat their employees well, they're overworked. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm sure what they're saying is actually true. But you know what? You don't just go on forums and spend time every single day on them and write this kind of stuff. You'll always notice that the usernames are always the same usernames. Every time that person comments, it's the same person that comments and is always spewing on negativity. So where are all the positive pilots? You know where they are? They're not on those freaking forums. Those positive pilots who actually like their jobs, they're out, maybe taking up an overtime shift. They're enjoying flying. They're spending time with their friends and family. They're doing fun things on their days off. The last thing on the mind of people who are happy is they're going to go online and start typing negative stuff and demotivating other people, online. So that's one thing. The other reason I think you should stay away from these forums is that it actually makes you discouraged. Reading all this negativity, you feel like whatever you do is not good enough. You feel that, other people are getting ahead. You feel like, why did you make such a big time commitment and money commitment into this career when the payoff is so low? Obviously, people dislike it. They're on these forums. They really dislike it. You feel like people are giving you insider scoop about these companies and now question your whole career decisions. No, again, it's a small minority of people that are on there. I'm telling you, this is why you need people like me, and you want to talk to other people at the airport, other pilots. You'll see the majority of pilots that I talk to, and I work with a lot of people, I fly with a lot of pilots, they really like what they do. You know what? They can't even imagine working in an office job, dealing with office politics, having to deal with performance reviews. Flying's a lot of fun. You get to fly at higher cruising altitudes, fly some cool airplanes, go to some cool destinations. A lot of times the hotels the companies put you in is really downtown and those touristy attractions. So you can go check it out. You get your meal per diem, so you can go and have some nice meals. A lot of fun things to do. And the last reason why I think you should be avoiding these forums is, you notice these forums are all anonymous. The people that go on there, they're nameless, they're faceless, you don't know who they are. I highly doubt that what they say to you on these forums is something that they would say to you in person. Why? Because they could get in trouble. I mean, they're out there with their real name, their real face. They couldn't do that. So these are just like trolls. They're on there. You don't even know who they are. They could be, Sleepy Pants 99, talking crap about you. I get a lot of crap. Trust me, being an online person, putting stuff out there, spreading positivity, I get a lot of crap. And you know what? I know how they feel. In their mind, they feel like they're doing the right thing because they want to let the public know what's going on. They're giving insider information. They want you to know, and they feel like they're helping. But where they are wrong is that they don't know that that kind of negative energy every single day just consumes them. There's no way you can think of productive things to do when you're filled with negativity. There's no way you can, go out and hang out with friends when you're filled with negativity. There's no way you can be a good employee and you do a good job when you hate the company. That's never going to happen. It's just not possible. So now I hope I've convinced you enough to stay away from these forums. Just go in there, get exactly what you need, such as maybe the job postings or some exam questions or maybe some flight school information, but then just run away from there. Don't look at the other stuff. So now what do I recommend you do? Well, I recommend you reclaiming back all your mental capital that you would have spent spending hours on those forums. Reclaim all those back and put it towards more productive use. Time spent on those aviation forums is not productive. Spending time instead on your resume, making it professional is productive. Reading aviation forums is unproductive. Spending time networking, talking to your classmates, asking them to give you a reference in the company is productive. Spending time on the aviation forum is not productive. Scrolling through social media is not productive. Instead, brushing up on your aviation interview skills is important. So when you get called for the interview, you're actually going to show that you actually know your stuff, that you're professional, all those things. So make sure you do an audit on your time. I'd rather you claim back your mental energy, claim back your time, and spend it doing more productive things. So before I go, let me leave you with this. Is your career important, or does the opinions of others more important? People who don't even have your best interest at heart. So decide today, are you going to spend another year living somebody else's life, or are you going to focus on your own goals and dreams? Because trust me, this life, poof, it flies by really quickly. I've had a lot of friends pass away in the last few years. Friends that, I was really close with, and people that were really healthy. It's one thing when someone who's not healthy to pass away, but someone who's really healthy, someone young passing away, this life goes by quick. Don't waste it. Focus on your dream. Put the blinders on. So hopefully one day I'll see you at the airport in your nice shiny pilot uniform with the epaulets on the top of your shoulders. Hopefully you can reach out to me and we can, have some lunch or coffee together. And I look forward to all the successes in your life. Take care.